in the case of To Live with Herds, we had gone to GA with a fairly conventional idea about making a visual ethnography of GA life, and more or less trying to show how the GA had lived in the past and how they continued to live, with a sense that there was a continuity there. But the situation that we actually found was quite different, and we found that the GA were under quite a bit of stress, under pressure from government administration, and there were a lot of problems connected with moving into a cash economy, problems about shortages of water, and the fact that people had become dependent on boreholes instead of traditional water supplies, and whether they should send their children to school, this sort of problem. And we realized that we really couldn't make that more conventional film, that it was much more important to try to make a film about the contemporary situation of the GA and the sorts of pressures they were under. And so that's what the film became, really. It was an attempt to look at how their life was changing, what were the pressures on them, how they were responding to that, what were the benefits and the losses in that. And that, therefore, we focused quite a bit on how both the British administration and the contemporary Ugandan administration was trying to enforce certain patterns of life on the GA that were not really consistent with good management of their economy. Ultimately were quite disruptive. And many of these ideas had come really from administrators who belonged to an agrarian society. And there was this effort to settle pastoralists down, to stop them moving around, turn them into agriculturalists. In places where agriculture was absolutely marginal, it was not a good idea.